Okay, so let's get into some calculations. So we're going to do several examples here. And the first one we're going to do is calculation of a strong acid. So we remember that nitric acid is HNO3. And we have to remember that nitric is a strong acid because it doesn't say anywhere else on here. And our calculation for pH of a strong acid is much different than calculation of a weak acid. So we've got to remember which ones are the strong acids and which ones are the weak acids. So HNO3 is a strong acid. That means it dissociates completely. So full reaction arrow to the right and becomes H plus and NO3 minus, okay? And so we're told that we have this pH of a 0.12 molar solution, okay? So 0.12 molar, but that's for the nitric acid. What we really need is the concentration of H plus, okay? And because this reacts completely, so I'm gonna kind of set up like a mini little ice table, even though this is not an equilibrium reaction. We know that all of this is going to react because it's a strong acid. So that means after all of this reacts, it creates 0.12 molar H plus and 0.12 molar NO3 minus, right? So I've got 0.12 molar H plus and I've got 0.12 molar nitrate. The nitrate doesn't matter. It's a spectator. But it's the H plus that is significant. So now, quite simply here for strong acids, we can just say it's the negative log of that concentration, 0.12, okay? And so the way I do that over here is by saying 0.12, and I'm going to push the log button. And notice it gave me a negative, so I'm just going to multiply that by the negative sign right there in the top of my head, and that's going to be 0.92 for the pH of this solution. Okay, so 0.12 molar nitric is really acidic, 0.12 on the pH scale. Okay, so that's it for calculating the pH of a strong acid. Really straightforward, and we can use this shortcut that I put right here. The H plus basically equals the initial HA, which is what we did right here, right? So the initial HA was 0.12 molar. And so you can see quite simply here, that means the H plus is 0.12 molar, okay? That's gonna be very different than the calculation of a weak acid. H plus does not equal the initial HA, and we'll see that in the next video.